I've had my little hobby space set up pretty much the same way for the last 5 years. Now it's served me well, but since starting up the channel I've been wanting to give it a major overhaul. Today it's finally time to get to work. We'll get started after this. Pickle jar! Pickle jar! Miniatures! Excellent! Hello and welcome to the Pickle Jar. My name's Josh and today I'm giving my hobby space a much needed overhaul. Now when I first set up this area I was just doing hobby for myself, so it didn't matter too much what the area looked like. Now when I started up the channel a couple of years ago though, I made a few changes, added more shelving and tried to tidy it up a little bit, but I've never been fully happy with it. So we started by being absolutely brutal. Now we have a ton of shelving and storage in this room, which was originally to show off our various collections of trinkets, memorabilia, or in my case, a wall full of Doctor Who stuff. Whilst it was nice having all of this out, over the years, it ended up getting more and more cluttered and it just looked messy. It also wasn't really making the most of the space that we had. Over the last couple of years, this room has become my studio, and whilst I've mainly kept it in that one corner until now, the plan was to have the rest of the room looking nice so that I can utilise more of the space. So we essentially got rid of 2 bookcases worth of stuff. Everything on those shelves was boxed up and put upstairs in storage, and the bookcases themselves, we dismantled them, but I did keep the shelves down here. I'm using some of the space on the shelving units that we've left up to display my miniatures and keep all my current projects on. As miniatures don't take up much space height wise, and because these units are all modular, I was able to put a couple of the extra shelves in and essentially double the shelf space for my miniatures on those. I've got plenty of room to expand this further in the future with the remaining shelves that we've got left if I need to. When I first set up the hobby area, I had a cheap desk from Argos and no lighting, so I set up shop in front of the window in the room, hoping to make use of the natural light. Now this worked fine if I was painting in the day, but realistically most of my painting is done in the evening. Obviously I didn't think that through, and it wasn't the most ideal setup. While we were having a tidy up, I decided to totally rearrange the room too, putting my new desk up against the wall instead of the window, allowing me to then use the natural light still if I want to, and also have access to the radiator, which will help heat the room up a little bit in those cold winter evenings. Speaking of the desk, this is kind of a dream come true. Now when I was looking at redoing my studio, I was going to just get a worktop and cut it to the length that I needed. I recently went to meet up with Spud from the Chilling Wargamers and Luke from Geek Gaming Scenics, and I mentioned my plans to them, and Luke actually had a desk going spare that he wasn't using and he offered it to me. One cramped car ride later and I was home with a brand new desk which is actually perfect for what I want. It's got plenty of spaces for me to clamp my cameras to for recording and streaming, and with the help of a couple of cheap strip lights from eBay added on, it makes a really cool backdrop for my talking head parts in my videos. One of the things that I've struggled with for a while is storage options for some of my bigger things like my big box sets, Blood Bowl and stuff like that, and for all my basing materials. Now Wendy spent a good chunk of time clearing out 2 drawers for me, and I quickly filled these in with all the bits and pieces that I usually just have out and about, helping to declutter the room a little bit more whilst still giving me access to what I need because it's not having to be put upstairs in storage. Another choice that I made was to keep the old desk set up and use this as part of my studio. Now I've angled it to come away from the wall instead of being up against it, and I plan to use this for filming videos because it'll be easier for me to get the cameras and lighting all the way around the desk, and it's just an extra workspace area for bigger projects. It also has shelves on it and the drawers still, which serve as more storage for all those little bits and pieces that I'm going to need. With everything set up, it then took another couple of hours getting everything tidied away and finished until finally the studio transformation was complete. I'll likely add bits and pieces to it as I get used to the new setup and want to make my life easier with different camera mounts and things like that, but I'm really happy with how this looks right now. It's not just that it looks a lot nicer. Having a space you enjoy being in is really important for productivity. I'm very happy with what we've done with the space, and the best thing of all is it hasn't actually cost us anything. As a Yorkshireman, that is the real icing on the cake. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to drop us a like down below, and if you want to help support the channel, then check out our affiliate links down below in the description, along with our channel sponsor, Broken Turd. I live stream here on the channel every Wednesday evening at 8 PM, so if you're doing your own hobby, or if you just want to hang out, then be sure to pop along and join in the chat, and if not, we've also got a Discord server, link for that down below in the description. Finally, I want to say a massive thank you to all our current channel members. Pretzel, Andy Allen, Chaotic Painting, The Immersive World Crafter, The Hobby Corner, Frost and Fists, Caring Commissar, Amy Root, Ravens Roke Miniatures, Mugwump, Big McDanskull and Ybird. You guys are all absolutely amazing and the support is massively appreciated. If you want to become a member yourself, then simply click the join link down below. That's all from me, and I'll see you next week with another video.